Very awkward, very long rifle. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. The hallways are too short. Hello YouTube, this is Huck4014. Today's video is going to be named, If All You Have is Grandpa's Old Rifle. I've seen a lot of YouTubers putting out videos about if you have a certain milsurp, would it be good and shit hits the fan? Would, say for example, this Mauser be good and shit hits the fan? Or would this lever action that Grandpa gave me be good, shit hits the fan? Well, I have my own personal opinions on that. First and foremost, if you have the option and if you have the money, Glock 19, Glock 17, or any equivalent double stack 9mm, AR-15 and 5.56. That's what I recommend. But not everyone can get those. Not everyone in every state, different countries, or you just don't have the money and you just have what you've been given by a relative or something. So we're going to talk about it. This right here is an old Arisaka Type 99. This is known as the long rifle version. They made a handful. It was like 38,000 long rifles. So it's the same length. I think it's the same length as a Type 38 Arisaka. But this is a Type 99 Arisaka in 7.7 Japanese. And very, very early World War II rifle. And I put a flashlight on it just to illustrate that you can, in fact, make something work. I'm tripping over myself here. You know, sure, the zip ties kind of get in the way of the low profile iron sights. That could be adjusted. I literally just found a random flashlight and some random zip ties, and I put a white light on this old rifle. Taping it would probably be a better idea, using duct tape. I just didn't want tape residue on my rifle here because that would be kind of lame. So I use zip ties because I could just cut the zip ties and it's like it never was there. But if you're going to do anything serious, probably use duct tape or electrical tape or something. And no, there's no one behind the camera. Anyway, obviously, you know, a 30 cal full powered bolt action with super long barrel, probably not your first choice for any kind of home defense. A well-trained, fit, skilled, motivated man can do a lot with a rifle like this. Absolutely. There's no reason why we need to pretend that these rifles don't exist and pretend that, you know, some of us don't have access to AR-15s. We might only have access to something like this. And that's fine. You just got to train to the best of your abilities and stay consistent with your training. And also, when it comes to a rifle like that, read books and learn. Yeah, I know, the letters are backwards. I'm using my front-facing camera like a weirdo. But, you know, this right here tells me everything I need to know about these rifles. And that's the important thing. If you have a rifle, especially a milsurp or an antique rifle or pistol or whatever, it's always good to do as much research as you can on it. Buy a book or just read stuff on the internet. Learn what cartridge it takes. Learn the potentials for, you know, for an example. If you have an old trapdoor Springfield in 4570, you don't want to use modern 4570, if that makes sense, especially if it's an old gun that's supposed to use black powder. There's a lot of modern cartridges that are the same cartridges technically dimension-wise, but a lot more powerful for the modern versions of those firearms. So just be very mindful of that, what it is you have, and do your research. Another thing too is I have kit set up geared towards this Arisaka. And it's just a big old belt. And I don't know if you can see, but this belt was designed for larger people, so I had to cut more holes in it. Belt like this. You go on Amazon and you get any specific cartridge belts, and you could hold all of your lovely, I almost fumbled it, all your lovely clip-a-zines. So you can still be tactical. You can still have your bayonet, which honestly I think the best part about it, milsurp, is a lot of milsurps have bayonets, and a lot of people don't talk about bayonets. It's a very archaic, very primitive type of warfare. At least people say these days. They don't like that idea, but you know, having a bayonet, it adds so much length, especially with this big long rifle. You can imagine how unrealistic that would be to do CQB with. It probably wouldn't. It wouldn't be possible. You know, you're jabbing at people like that. It just doesn't really make sense, especially such a long bayonet. But I still think these old weapons and the accessories that come with them still have use. And just having the skills and mindset to run them, and a little bit of ingenuity, it goes a long way. Stay camera. My camera is, my tripod is actually a monopod. It's a vacuum cleaner. So, if you're trying to do any kind of room clearing with such a long rifle, as you can see it, like this is as far as I could tilt it in this space. It's very tight space. Yes, the weapon is clear, and I'm inside of this structure completely alone, so I'm not flagging nobody, nothing, no one's in danger. So, if you're trying to take a corner like that, you can't really pie. I can't pie the corner. You're really only forced with a very violent entry. That's really your only option. Going the other way, I don't know if you can see this corner. Oh God, don't fall. Oh God. Trying to get that corner, right? You only have one option. Now, you could switch things up and go from the hip, but even then, I can't go around that corner. I'm gonna have to, you know, it's just not ideal. At this point, this is when I would pull my Nambu pistol or something of the sort. But unfortunately, I don't have a Nambu yet. Nambus are cool. Well, anyway, I hope you like this video because it's fun. These milsurps are fun. They're very fun to use, they're very fun to shoot, they're very fun to collect, and the history behind rifles like this is really cool. And I don't know, I just think it's really underappreciated, the history, and historical warfare too, because you gotta think too, I'm in this tight space. If you ever been to a World War II bunker, or a fighting position, or seen a representation of one, you know, this hallway is very similar to how close some of those hallways were, and honestly, this is a pretty big space. Imagine fighting like such a large-scale conflict in something like this, confined space, with a rifle like this. It's interesting to see the development of firearms and the reason why certain firearms are more popular than other firearms, especially when it comes to any kind of CQB, combat, and the likes. Like rifles like this, though, they're probably a little bit more suited to open fields, the deserts and the plains. Well, anyway, I'm sorry if I wasted your time and you did not enjoy this video. I enjoyed making it, so that's what matters. I'm gonna go do some push-ups and eat some food, and also drink water. Appreciate ya.